Greetings. I'm actually snowed in Texas. I think that gives me empathy for many of my subscribers that are in the northern part of this country or to the country to the north, which have been pretty much snowed in all year. And this is the first. I had snow when I was in Virginia, but this is the first snow we've had in Texas, as far as I know this year. Of course, I wasn't here most of December and part of January. I haven't left the apartment. In fact, maintenance didn't even come clear the sidewalk. So when I went to go get my mail, I turned right around. It was cold outside. It was like 23 degrees at, what was that, 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. It can stay in the mailbox till the snow melts as far as I'm concerned. I don't get a lot of mail there anyway. And I've been very busy here in the unit. I guess it's time for an update as to what's happening in my life. Last Sunday, I had texted my friend that owns the apartment that I was looking at in Virginia to call me when she was available. Well, she called as she was walking into a meeting, so she wasn't able to get back to me till Monday. And the reason I wanted to talk to her is I have officially decided that I am going to be moving to Virginia, about an hour south of my parents, in April. However, this lease expires in 3 weeks, about 3 weeks from today. I think specifically the 27th of February, but my vacation rental in Branson starts the 26th, so I'm thinking the 25th of February may be my last day in this unit. Then I'll probably go to East Texas and spend that night with my friend that owns the apartment I'm going to be renting in Virginia, and then head up to Branson on the 26th, the night that my rental starts there for 3 weeks. And then I'll stay there until I think it's the 19th of March. Then I'm going to go probably take 2 days to get to my parents. And then I'll spend about 7 to 10, and I'm going to take 3 days to come back to Texas, 2 to 3, whatever the driving conditions are, because I have been hired to photograph a wedding here in Fort Worth on April the 2nd. If you don't know my past history, I've been a political/event photographer for about the last 20 years. I photographed everybody up to a sitting president of the United States and every politician in between, from the mayor to the governor. In fact, I was Governor Perry's photographer when he was in this area for, well, let me put it this way. I photographed him for 14 years while he was in 14 years in office. Because my career basically started about the time that W. Bush got elected president. And so when Governor Perry came here for his first trip, I was the photographer that photographed him, and I continued photographing him his whole term. And during that time, Governor Abbott was the Attorney General, so I've known him as many years. But he's still in office, and Governor Perry is not at the moment. He became Secretary of Energy when he stepped down from the governorship. But anyway, a friend that I've known almost that long is now getting married, and she wanted me to be her photographer. So I'm very pleased to come back and do that for her. And then I'll probably, when I come back, I'm going to ask my friend in Tyler if I can stay with them a night or two then, because I want to be sure I'm back before the weather turns again. I don't know about in April. Probably won't have to worry about snow. I don't know, maybe coming through Tennessee or Southern Virginia, but down here won't be a problem. But I want to make sure I'm back in time. And then I'll come do the wedding in Fort Worth on Saturday, and then I'll go back to my friend's house in East Texas. And then Sunday, I'll probably start the 2 to 3 day drive back to her apartment that I'm renting in Warrenton. And then I will stay there and be able to work more on YouTube. But because of that, I have to be out of this apartment in 3 weeks. I have been extremely busy. I've had a lot of time for listening to, heard a really good YouTube today by Dr. Lustig. And he really broke down to what cholesterol is and what it does. And I decided then I'm not going to tell you what my actual readings were, unless I've already told you. But I was planning to go over and, read them all. But I think I'll wait till the 4 weeks, and then we can compare how they changed. And then I'll have time to rewatch this video and do it again. So obviously because of the snow, I'm doing this in my apartment. I don't have the fancy, as I was called, a radio producer, radio announcer, microphone, and the webcam because I'm not going to go over to the other building in the snow, and that's where the Wi-Fi is. So I'll get this loaded up, and it'll come up on Friday, which is should be I think February 3rd. But then I'm going to tell you I'm going to be very sporadic until I get to Branson. This downsizing, which really I'm getting rid of everything except what'll fit in the car. And it's a kind of small car, so I'm taking one load if the snow melts, if the ice melts. I wouldn't care about snow, but we got ice before we got the snow. It rained, and then it froze, and then it got freezing rain, and then we have almost an inch of snow on top of that. So the roads, even if the snow goes away, it's like a skating rink. And I think it's supposed to get over freezing tomorrow, so I'm going to try to make it to East Texas and drop off this load I already put in the car on, what's today, Thursday? On Wednesday, because I knew it was going to snow Wednesday night. So my car is almost packed full, and then I'll pick that up when I come back for the wedding. I'll only bring enough for the weekend, and then I'll have room to take basically two loads, because I'll take the load I'm taking with me to Branson, and then I'll drop that off at the apartment. Then I'll drive back, do the wedding, pick up the second load, and take it with me. And if for some reason I can't fit something, or I happen to get a third load to her house, she'll bring it up in the van when she comes for the summer school break. She has a much bigger vehicle than I do, so if I leave a carload there, she'll have room for her stuff and mine. I think I am going to have to make a trip or either meet her when she's in the Dallas area and offload some stuff she can bring probably in May. Not stuff I'll need right away, but I figure if I have it, why give it away and then buy it again once I get up there. Now, everybody asks what I'm going to do when I get up there, and I think I'm just going to concentrate on YouTube, at least for the next 5 or 6 months. I've got enough cash on hand to not have to have a job for, I would say, at least till July. I don't necessarily want to dip into my retirement investments, but that would be next if I run out of cash and decide not to go back to work up there. But I'm also considering a part-time job, at least enough to pay the rent, and then I'll use a little bit of savings. That would extend the savings quite a bit further. But don't expect to see me a whole lot on here until I get into Branson, which will be the 26th of February. If I get all this done and everybody that says they're going to pick up stuff comes and picks it up, I might have some time that last week. But right now, my number one goal is getting this apartment emptied out, getting it clean, ready for the walkthrough, making sure all of my belongings have a home. What I can take, I'll take. What I can't is going to a charity. Or actually, I found out a lady in this complex has an antique store. So she's going to come look at a couple pieces I have that I think are antiques, or at least that people that buy antiques would be interested in buying. And then I have a charity that's going to come pick up the rest of it. So the main thing I want to say is I'm healthy, I'm good, I'm checking in. But if I check in the next couple of weeks, it'll probably be just a quick little video like this one, maybe a little bit shorter. If I can get over there and get all the big microphone and everything set up, I'll do that. If not, you'll see a lot of those coming from Branson. I'm not going to Branson for vacation per se. And I don't even know if any of the shows, I think a few of the shows are open over the winter. I think my friend's show is year-round, but many of them close for the winter, so I don't even know what will be open the first week I get there. Maybe by the second or third, things will be opening up. But anyway, that's not where I'm going. I'm going to just use up my vacation certificates, and I like Branson. I thought when I booked them I might be looking for a job up there, but now that I've signed up for the apartment in Virginia, I guess I shouldn't say signed up. We've just talked. We've been friends for 40 years, so I think a handshake or a text saying you can have it is sufficient. In fact, that reminds me I need to cancel an apartment I was going to look at in Springfield. It was a fully furnished bedroom you rented with bathroom, and then you shared a kitchen and living room, probably with college students, so I'm kind of glad I don't have to do that. I really chose this one because it has its own bathroom, its own kitchen, its own entrance. So it's I shouldn't really call it an apartment. It's a basement in a townhouse, but it's bigger than this whole apartment I have here, and it's fully furnished. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing my parents, once a week, once every other week. I think it'll be a good move for me. It'll give me time to concentrate on this business as soon as I get everything done here. And YouTube is a business, so that's why I'm letting you know that as the owner, I'm taking probably a 2-3 week vacation from it. I'm not really taking a vacation. I'm taking a vacation from posting. I'm still getting the knowledge and figuring out what I'm going to say when I come back. I am still in my month of health. I got all the blood work done. I actually have been in nutritional ketosis since 2 days after I started. I think Wednesday I had the DEXA scan. Thursday I got strict. Saturday I hit zero point 0.5 millimolars of beta hydroxybutyrate, which is the long fancy word for ketones. Now I'm up to zero point 0.8. Hopefully by tomorrow, or what's tomorrow? Friday, Saturday. Maybe by Monday I'll be at 1.0, which would be really good. But you don't have to go too high. But I have been listening to Dr. Finney about, just having ketones in your blood there's more to nutritional ketosis, just being in ketosis. I will say my weight dropped about 2 pounds yesterday, so I'm right about where I was when I left here before Thanksgiving in November. So that's 2 months, and anyway, the trip didn't do me any damage. The trip to Virginia didn't do me any damage. I'm going to wrap it up here because it's almost 12 minutes and just say thank you for your support. I'll see you in March, if not before. Love you. Be safe. Stay warm. I'm going to do the same. I got to say that in Texas now. Bye-bye.